The shocking killing of conservative activist Charlie Kirk has sent shockwaves across the political landscape, intensifying debates about security, political extremism, and rising tensions in public discourse. Described by authorities as a political assassination, the incident unfolded in chilling fashion, leaving communities stunned and prompting urgent questions about the safety of high-profile figures who openly engage in polarizing debates. According to police reports, the shooter fled the scene immediately after the attack, triggering an intensive manhunt that remains ongoing. While two individuals were initially detained as persons of interest, investigators later confirmed their release after determining that neither was connected to the shooting. This development underscores the complexity of the investigation and the difficulty law enforcement faces in identifying the true perpetrator. Kirk, known for his role as the founder of Turning Point USA and his outspoken conservative positions, had long been a prominent figure in political activism. His speeches, media appearances, and events often drew passionate supporters and critics alike, placing him in the center of heated cultural and ideological debates. For his followers, the killing represents not only a devastating personal loss but also an attack on free speech and democratic engagement. They argue that the violent targeting of a political voice, regardless of agreement with his views, is a direct threat to civil discourse and the values of open debate. Authorities have remained tight-lipped about potential motives, though the classification of the incident as a political assassination suggests investigators believe Kirk's activism and public persona may have played a central role in why he was targeted. Federal agencies are now assisting local police, with task forces combing through security footage, eyewitness testimony, and digital communications to piece together the assailants' movements before and after the shooting. Despite their silence on specifics, officials have emphasized their commitment to bringing the shooter to justice and urged the public to remain vigilant while avoiding speculation that could interfere with the case. The wider reaction has been intense and deeply polarized. Supporters of Kirk and his organization have taken to social media to express outrage, grief, and demands for swift justice. Many argue that the murder highlights a climate of hostility where political disagreements have increasingly spilled into violent acts. Meanwhile, critics of Kirk, while disagreeing with his positions, have broadly condemned the attack as an unacceptable act of violence that should not be normalized or excused. Public figures across the political spectrum have issued statements reflecting both sorrow and alarm, acknowledging that the incident has escalated concerns about the fragility of political dialogue in a deeply divided nation. As the manhunt continues, the conversation surrounding Kirk's assassination has widened to touch on broader themes of security, civility, and accountability. Analysts suggest that this tragedy could mark a turning point in how law enforcement approaches the safety of political activists, especially those who occupy controversial positions. Whether this leads to heightened security protocols, new legislative debates, or shifts in how public discourse is conducted remains to be seen. For now, the central focus remains on capturing the shooter, uncovering the full motive, and seeking justice for Charlie Kirk, whose death has left a void in conservative politics and ignited urgent reflection on the dangers of political violence.